Welcome back to another episode of the Scale Smart podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, and also the CEO and founder of Netscale Growth. Today, I have the pleasure of being joined by Navinchandar Naidu, the CEO and founder of Alcon Cybersecurity. Navinchandar, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Jacob.
So, kick us off. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, your experience, and what led to the founding of Alcon Cybersecurity.
I've been in cybersecurity for almost 26 years. I've been working in almost various countries, almost four different telecom and four different countries. And it was a great experience working with multiple. I was part of Do Telecom, Geo Telecom, Orange Telecom, Bharti Telecom, Airtel, so and so forth. I've been working with multiple industries also. I was working with power sectors. So my experience in cybersecurity is almost crossing 26 years. I thought it's time to start something of my own, and I registered office in three countries. And as of today, it's almost 2 years with my business, and I have customers in seven countries.
Amazing. And having such big experience within the market, Navinchandar, how have you took that experience into this company now? And how are you leveraging that to scale the company?
Okay, I've been working in multiple companies. My focus is always identify a good project for the company. For example, when Geo Telecom is one of the largest telecom in the whole world, when they started rolling out, they invited me to for the planning of the whole telecom. So it was a big project, which I was a part of it. Similarly, most of my experience comes with. I was lucky enough to be part of lots of critical projects in India and abroad. So that makes me and that gives me a really good identity across the security industry. And I thought, let me leverage that in the business.
And Alcon Cybersecurity operates in quite competitive markets, right? What have been some of the key challenges in scaling the business? Particularly interested in you guys acquiring new clients and expanding the service offerings.
Okay, now the key challenge is skilled resource or skilled team members in cybersecurity. So I've been lucky enough that I've been there in the market for a while, and most of my team members, as of today, we have almost 45 engineers and 20 consultants, and most of the people have been worked with me in the past. And that's the only reason we are able to scale. But going forward, the key challenges skilled resources, the right knowledge, and the right resource.
And what are you guys doing to make sure you get the right knowledge and you get the right resources in order to keep scaling?
Okay, now we have a program for interns. So what we do is we take college students in their third or fourth year, and we provide them certifications, and we pay them. Once they are pass out of the college, we take them intern for a year, and then we start providing them projects. So it's a huge project. Each certification costs me around $10,000, but still we invest on training and mentoring the interns.
And with the rapid evolution of cyber threats, right? How do Alcon ensure it remains at the forefront of the industry and continues to offer cutting edge solutions to its clients?
Okay, now here comes the whole challenge. In cybersecurity is very vast. Now you build a practice accordingly. So we have built five practices. One is SIM and SOC, which we provide security operating center. And in that security operating center, we have certain flavors which we offer. We don't offer the gamut of SOC. Then we have governance, risk, and compliance is a separate in practice, which has its own team and team leaders, which they operate on certain boundaries. We don't say that we will do everything. We say that we will only work on these factors, these industries, and these customers. So it makes us life very clear.
And now on to the big word now, AI. I want to know about the impact of AI within the industry. So with artificial intelligence, it's transforming, I think, pretty much every industry, every sector. How do you see AI impacting the cybersecurity landscape, and how are you guys making sure you're staying ahead by potentially integrating AI into your services?
AI is impacting each and every industry, and cybersecurity also has been impacted due to it. The only problem is the amount of information we feed to ChatGPT or any other AI platform is huge. Now, this will not have any negative impact immediately, but over a period of time, AI will have a profile of each and every individual, which is going to be dangerous, which is going to be violation of data privacy. Now, AI will know your not even your data, but it also knows your personality, what you will be asking, what you are searching, what you even you're thinking. So these data is not being used yet, but going forward, it can be a huge concern. So that is one part. Now in cybersecurity, anything which does automatically is considered as a threat. So AI can provide us advice. This can be good, this can be configured. We can consume those advice and we should be acting it. And AI, like in security operating center, we have certain things called playbook, where when we identify certain types of attack and we summarize it and automate it using playbooks. So there we use certain AIs to an extent, but that too, which we are very confident that these type of attack doesn't have any impact.
I spoke to someone in the cybersecurity space yesterday about what they think about AI and why companies might be a little bit cautious or on the fence to adopt into AI. And one of the big things that was mentioned is that the data of people, and
Exactly.
you put something into, for example, ChatGPT, you don't necessarily know where that data is going. So how do you see that affecting the industry? And do you think there will be a solution to that for people, to why people feel like that? Or do you think you can never really be clear on it?
You can be clear. You need to understand where the data has been stored, or you can use an anonymous. You don't need to give data to get answers. Whenever you're asking certain things, assume that you're asking for someone else. Don't use a real name. Don't use real data, and start using it. So that is one way of, it's a very minimum. Still the AI try to understand from the way and tries to it's just you are trying to get things done, but don't give all the critical information to AI. That's the best practice you need to always follow. Second, I'm being consulting to certain companies where they are really concerned about the data, what they are feeding. Okay. Now we can have certain data privacy tools or solutions around AI that anything other than the company information should not be fed. Okay, so we can have certain frameworks which is very customized. We can plan on it and we can do it.
And what are some of the main challenges you see within the industry that you solve?
One is the data privacy. Most of the everyone is trying to feed up the data privacy thing, and you need to understand how important is this data are and how they will be used. Maybe today not, maybe after a year, after 6 months, after 2 years, these data will be used against you. So your internet will be so personalized that whatever you searched, your profile has been created in AI. Now, whenever you go to Google or any other places for searching anything, you'll be prompted to those according to your personality. So that's one way. There are other very negative effects when you start think of data privacy.
And going into the industry a little bit more now, what are some of the trends that you see shaping the industry today, and what are you guys doing at Alcon to make sure that you're constantly staying ahead of these trends to make sure you don't get left behind?
Training and certification, constant training. So every 3 months, we keep on understanding the trends. We summarize it on our particular line of business or our practice. Because as I told you, we are doing Siemens or we are doing data privacy, we do governance risk compliance, we do Microsoft cybersecurity. So we only tend to stick to those lines and keep upgrading ourselves. Certification, yearly two certification is bare minimum that we keep doing it.
So you mentioned what you're doing to stay ahead of the trends, but what are some of the trends you are seeing?
Okay, quite disruptive, like um, as your attacks has been very intelligent, there are lots of brand attacks on your brand, account takeovers. Office 365 has come to a market where it is most of your small businesses are being operated by Office 365. Now there are so many easy attacks that your account can be taken over. Uh, Data can be what you say ransomware can be encrypted and ask for ransomware. The trends, but one more thing is people are getting aware of it now. Now, each and every, even a small company of 100 employees or 50 employees, they are very concerned on cybersecurity, and they're trying to be ahead on themselves. I see most of Alcon doesn't have any small. We don't consult any small companies. We have all central banks, semi-governments, or governments are our customers. But I'm getting on an average every day 10 to 15 calls just for small businesses. So the mostly before the trend was the attacks used to happen on central banks, central governments, big organization, oil and gas. But the attack has become so common that it's affecting each and everyone now.
And over the next 12 months, Navinchandar, what are some of the goals you've got in terms of growing the company? What are some of the targets you've got over the next 12 months?
We are planning to start our offices in UK, East Africa, and Europe. So next 12 months, I think we will be starting all these three places.
And how are you hoping that's going to scale the business forward?
Okay, now each market has different trends. Now, if I go to Europe, I'll be only concentrating on data privacy. So already I have built a practice on it. I'll be expanding my practice of data privacy in Europe. So when I go to UK, I'll be concentrating only on my security operating center. So when I go to East Africa, it's a different practice which I'll be doing it. But most of the base practice is already built. So expanding that practice will be easy for me. And I already have lots of customers over there. On and off, we keep consulting, and that will be a good starting point for me.
Amazing. And if people wanted to reach out, Navinchandar, find out a little bit more about yourself, find out a little bit more about Alcon, where's the best place for them to do that?
LinkedIn and our website.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Navinchandar, on the podcast. You've definitely shared some insights about cybersecurity, the future of it, and what's happening right now. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.